Can't associate with me anymore.
Hello, everyone. We're back.
Hi.
Hello again, stream, to all the 3 people that inconvenienced. My power went out. So anyways, getting back into it, you were about to be introduced to Queen Dudunga. Or however I pronounce that.
Daldunga?
Dale Dunga.
Sure, yeah.
Or Dunga, whatever. I don't care. I don't think they care either. Entering in the chamber, you see
Daladunga.
Daladunga, whatever.
Yeah, that's it.
A name. You see upon a throne made of like sticks in mud, about 4 to 5 times the size of a normal bullywug, stands a roughly 10 to 11 foot tall female bullywug. Huge mass, like really fat and just like huge.
Mm-hmm.
And upon her head sits a like jagged, like spiky crown made out of various sort of like sticks, and then in the center of like the triangles, there's like these little like black gemstones.
Ooh.
And as you enter, in common, she says, "Ah, humans! Wonderful! You're here to bring me tribute."
Well,
I'm pretty sure that's not the word.
And she looks around.
We are here for a deal.
Ah, a deal. For what?
Those captives, people that you took recently,
What captives?
2 days ago.
The other
2,
humans.
yes.
Oh, the thing's trying to fight us.
Are they trying to fight you? They were.
They
simple
were.
farmers.
What's a farmer?
they were attempting to protect their livestock, which is their food sources.
Well, it was our food. So, they were in the way.
But that food was outside the swamps and forests that you...
It was even across the river.
Yes, well, we don't like being this close to you either. So,
Fair enough.
I just sort of lean over to Nix. What exactly do these people eat?
I don't know.
Okay.
Just like are they purely carnivores or?
Don't know.
Mixes.
Alright, so here's the thing
What do
though.
frogs eat?
We would like to have them back.
and
We'll give you something in exchange.
she looks around to the guards, and they start croaking and laughing. Well, you can pick through the pile of bones in the back then.
They're
Are
dead.
you serious?
Our frogs were hungry on the way over.
Ah, shit.
They ate the people instead of the cows?
The cows are for us. They knew not to eat those.
So they ate the people. Oh, great.
How many armed people are there currently, like within the vicinity?
Probably about like 10 ish.
Very well.
Great.
You guys can shrug a bit. I don't know what to do.
She goes, "Ah, it's a cute name they had for me though. They called me Hopper Popper. The little ones did."
Hopper popper. Okay.
You eat those too?
I didn't. I didn't know what happened to them until this morning. She like, boom, boom, slams her giant hand down on the table.
Mirith
So all of them
kind of grits
have
her
them
teeth.
become frog fruit. Frog food.
What?
So all of them have become frog food then? The other people that had defended their
Yeah.
food.
Oh,
All dead.
yes. They attempted to take their food away. They must have poked the frogs or irritated them throughout the night. Because they don't eat anything without us telling them to.
But my tongue won't say it.
Cornelius is just like, you see him just standing there, and he's like frozen, just like
It's like what?
he's just like you hear like pained grunts coming out of his mouth.
You just see this like little bar above his head that's just labeled righteous fury, just like slowly building every word she says.
Yeah, Mirith kind of looks the same. She looks like she's about to, like, blow something.
All right.
You, right in the middle of the queen's chamber.
No! Like, fucking...
Jokes.
Look.
But how many armed individuals are there?
Around 10, including...
Around 10.
That's not including the queen. And there's also
How many?
at least 4 giant frogs.
Now look, in order for this not to work, for you to live closer to the humans as you do, there have to be rules, right? Like the rules like that you're the queen. And that you get to tell everybody else what to do.
Mm-hmm.
Right?
Exactly.
The humans, and she's using air quotes because she's not actually a human, also have rules
Yeah,
to make sure they don't all eat each other.
that's smart.
Right. See? And you're smart like that too, because you've also figured out that things work so you don't all eat each other.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So, here's the thing though.
By the way, she's reaching into like this bowl of like decapitated wolves' heads, and other animals, and she's grabbing them and just like popcorn.
Great. So, here's the thing. Other humans live in proximity to like other tribes of humans, right? So, what they've figured out is that there are rules between other tribes so that the other tribes don't wipe each
Uh-huh. She's staring at Cornelius this entire time.
Great. So that way, they trade things like food and water and things to ride on like giant frogs.
Ah.
Right. So, to make sure that they don't go poking your giant frogs again, maybe it's time to establish some rules between you and the leader of the people back over across the river.
Well, if they can do something about the giant scorpion man that's been encroaching on my territory.
Wait, giant scorpion.
Yeah.
Is he eating all of your food?
The land.
He's eating the land?
Yeah. He strolled in and was like, soon this land will be consumed. And I was like, yes, we are slowly consuming the land. But that's because we're hungry. And she pauses and like chews. And she grabs like the head of like oh goodness, what is it? Like a bear. And she's like holding in her hand for a second. And then he was like, ha, foolish. And then he turned around and walked away. And I was very confused. I wanted to eat him, but when I tried to jump on him, he just kind of shrugged me off. Weird.
So what did he do after that then?
I haven't seen him again. But now my old home is deserts. Lots of sand.
Not good for food.
No, all the water's gone. And all the game is gone.
What if we got you a new home that's farther away?
Yeah, it's
from
right
people?
here.
No, farther away from people though, so that
Well,
people don't
hold on.
come knocking on
Well, I've
your
already
door.
settled
Let's
down
just-
here.
Okay, fair enough.
Let's just deal with the scorpion and fix the desert.
Ha!
You know,
Ha! Yeah. That's funny. I couldn't hurt the Scorpion Man.
I mean, what really do you have to lose? Say we do at least get lucky, and at least make him go away. You get your land back. You don't have to deal with humans bothering you. And the more you encroach on human territory, the more likely they are of getting larger numbers to fix that.
Well, then in that case, if you don't come back, doesn't that just mean they'll come with more and more?
Well, I'm assuming you're not going to let us leave here without giving you something.
Oh, of course, he's mine. Points to Cornelius. Cornelius's
no,
hands
sorry, we can't
slowly
do
move
that.
towards his blade.
Sorry,
He's
we can't
not
do that.
yours.
He's not very delectable.
Oh,
so
I mean, his armor is very pretty.
That doesn't mean he's actually good to eat.
Have you ever had human before?
Can't say that I have.
Tell you what.
However,
Don't knock it till you
like,
try it.
Fair enough. However, I've got to say, he's like all muscle, no fat. He's not very squishy, and so it's like really hard to chew through that kind of
I
thing.
didn't say I was gonna eat him.
What?
Yeah,
But you just asked if I tried.
it was just
What do you?
it was an inquiry.
What do you want to do with him?
Well,
Here,
I'm gonna
you
take
guys
his
can
shiny. I'm gonna take his shiny armor, and then the rest of that is my business.
You just
Oh.
want the shiny armor.
Maybe.
So then,
No.
tell you what.
Oh
Maybe.
no.
Tell you what.
Oh no.
Let's just put all that aside. If we go deal with the Scorpion Man with the help of this individual, and just sort of like gesture over to.
Well, he's not leaving, so.
Well, see, that's the thing because
We
we're
kind of
just
need
now
him.
going. We're just now going back to the whole. They're going to send more people after you and kill all of you.
She looks confused. Mm.
They're
See-
gonna send more people to bother you.
Aye.
Ah.
See, there's a lot more of us than there are of you.
And there's some of us that can rain down fire from the sky.
It's
Okay,
true.
Mirith.
It's true.
Ah, yes,
This is true.
the firebenders.
Sorry. Okay, good.
Listen, I don't want any violence to
It
happen
nearly made me laugh.
between us. I would rather you just go back to your original home, us deal with the Scorpion Man, and put all this stuff behind us. Just keep the damage to what it is now instead of just making it worse.
Mm. Make a persuasion check.
Fuck, why am I doing this?
None of you have good charisma other than Mira, so.
Yeah.
Nope, and we're all
Mirith
doing
is-
this instead of Mirith.
Mirit's very upset. By
Mir-
the way, how many could I get in a 15-foot cone? Just question.
From where you're standing,
Fucking 20.
Wow.
from where you're standing, about one.
Ah, fuck.
They're not all like grouped up, standing in front of you, like
Yeah. I know.
boonga boonga. They're just standing around their queen. They're all like little gremlins.
Yeah.
I mean, like if
They
I
are
moved,
gremlins.
like
If you moved at all, they would be staring at you and then probably get hostile because you're progressing towards their queen.
yeah, still. If I moved, I wanted to know how many I could get in a 15-foot cone.
Or if you moved, probably about like 7.
Okay, that's nice.
Backup plan.
All right.
Yeah.
So
good to have
net
backup
20
plan.
persuasion.
Mm-hmm.
She goes. So you want to go deal with the Scorpion Man. So you want to go die. For what? Well,
Just
I
want
mean, sure. Go ahead, go die. But he's mine.
Again, that's the
We
thing.
need him to handle the Scorpion Man
Why?
with his shiny armor, because his shiny armor is good for him.
He also does a lot of other things. Plus, again, we're getting back to the whole thing that if not all of us return, the whole, sending people over here, more of us than there are of you.
And what if the Scorpion Man comes over here to you? He might not leave you alone until he's done.
Well, then we'll just
He's
go
stealthy.
across the river and then.
And then
And
he'll
over
keep
there.
chasing you.
Yeah,
I
it's,
mean, he did say
I
all
mean-
of this land would be devoured, so he's probably not just going to stop at the river. he's
we
just gonna
can we can take care of it. We can keep running.
Until
The world isn't infinite. There's.
Yeah, they're not gonna understand that concept, guys.
That's
These
why
are not the
learning
most
would be
intelligent of
better.
creatures. Okay.
She chuckles at that.
I tried to say that out of character, but yeah, okay. I said that in character. I'll deal with that.
No, a Mireth statement.
Oh, sorry.
Burning you would be better. And she was like, ha!
So, here's the thing. Did you like back where you lived before? Less people bothering you, more food to go around.
Eh. She shrugs.
Oh boy. Okay.
Yeah.
Wouldn't you prefer that to here? with
Wow,
people
this
coming-
swamp is a lot nicer, honestly.
It is. Okay. Solves that problem. Okay.
So what you're saying is the
But,
humans don't
okay.
want me taking their stuff anymore.
Yes.
Exactly.
Killing their people.
Thank you.
Taking their people. These just sort of like gestures over to the paladin.
Well, they
Killing
followed.
them.
Or their things, like the cows.
Ah.
Because
Well-
that's their food. And remember what I said before about rules to keep people from eating each other and killing each other.
Yeah. All right. I have a deal, as you would say.
Okay.
We'll go set up a line, and if they cross that line, that's my turf.
Uh-huh.
And if they come into that turf, they're mine to eat, or mine to
Okay.
do whatever I want with.
Okay.
All right.
And I won't go past that, with the exception that they bring me at least one of those cows every moon cycle,
We can.
because those
make
are
a-
very
is-
tasty. As she pulls out the head of a cow and just.
Okay,
big
okay.
bite
That's
out
a
of
pretty good deal. I think that's
we
very
can maybe
fair.
do that. We can maybe do that.
We can maybe do
Yes.
something like that.
Mutters under her
Maybe-
breath.
Okay, that's an idea. I like that idea. That's very good rules. I see why you're in charge now. Other than, obviously, you're the best one here.
Mm-hmm.
Uh-huh. So, I bring one cow every cycle.
It's a lot of cows.
What's that like?
It's once a
4 times
month.
a year? Like once a month. Jesus Christ.
Yeah, it's once a month. Okay. Here's the thing about the moon cycles, though.
Yeah,
That's
the
not-
moon cycles around. Yeah, I know.
No, you're right.
The
I'm not
shamans
saying
taught
that.
me about it.
The shamans are very smart.
Yes.
Okay. But here's the thing about cows and moon cycles, though.
Jesus. I'm trying to talk
Cows
quite
take
proper
a lot
symbol.
of moon cycles to
God.
grow. They take like whole seasons, like winters, to grow it to be nice and big and very delicious. And if you take one every moon, the humans are going to run out of cows to give you.
Well, then I'll just ask for a new animal.
Then they're just gonna run out of that animal.
Okay.
All animals, even like just gesturing over to the wolves, take a long time to get fat.
Ah, these
I'm
aren't
just
bad.
Well, you know what?
But they take enough to get big.
To
Mhm.
actually become a meal, they take time, a lot of time. a
Yes,
lot
I
of
know
cycles.
this. I know this.
Okay, so what if we say same offer, the same rules about the lines, because that part was very, very good. And in exchange, they give you a cow once a winter when the snow falls. So
All
that way
right.
they-
That
they
and I
have
keep
enough-
him.
Okay, here we're back on the thing. He's not actually a part of this deal.
Well, he will be if I can't get my cow once a moon cycle.
Once a moon cycle. How about not
If it's
once
other
a moon?
animals other than cows.
2 cows
where-
per winter.
No.
Okay.
I've seen your human magic. Can't you just make more?
No,
Well, can't you make more frogs?
Yeah, it takes a while.
Exactly.
exactly. That's about as fast as we've been able to
That's
get. 'em.
about as much as we can do with cows.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah. That's
So
kind of
what?
the
Every 6 months
Yeah, that can work.
That can work.
they grow into adulthood.
It takes a little longer than 6 months, but that's more. That's
So then they're
better.
not like us at all.
They're almost. It just takes a little longer because they're not as efficient as you guys are.
Not all animals mature at the same rate.
They're not as advanced as you guys are to be able to grow as well in 6 months.
She says that and she picks up like a dagger and uses it as a toothpick.
Okay.
Ah.
Right? So it
It's-
takes them a little longer. It takes, well,
So a cow every
Takes
moon
several-
cycle, or 2 cows every winter, and him.
How about this? I have an idea. I am particularly well versed in certain things such as engineering,
What?
basically making things.
Okay.
Like, what if I could help make you some form of a sort of farm, so that way you can keep your own livestock, so that way you can
and grow your own cows.
can grow your own cows.
That'll be just as tasty as theirs.
Maybe more so, depending on how you raise them. It all goes into these.
She begins to ponder this. As
That way you don't even need to deal with the stupid humans.
Cornelius's blade is about halfway out of its sheath.
I
know.
Mirith
slowly
looks
put
about
my
ready
hand
to
on
follow.
on the hand that's on his sheath, and I'm just gonna push it gently back into it. Like,
Oh, you can't.
almost got this.
You can't.
I try. I try to
You
coerce
try
him, like,
very
"No,
hard."
We almost have this.
Try very hard. His unnatural strength is a little much for your 11 strength.
Yeah. No, I get it, but I'm just trying to please don't. We almost have this.
We humans have a certain saying: if you give a man a fish, he'll eat for a day. If you teach a man a fish, he'll eat for the rest of his life, because he always has a fish. He'll always be able to get more fish. So if I'm able to teach you all how to raise your own cows, you'll always have cows. I won't have to worry about having like one cow every cycle. You can have many cows as many as you're willing to raise.
So you're a cow raising human then?
I have some experience. Yes.
Yes, he's the best one we have.
Aren't there more cow raising humans? Why not just
yes.
give me a cow raising human?
Because then you might eat him.
No,
Hi. And also,
I don't eat things that are valuable to me.
Fair enough.
Some of those people that were eaten probably could have taught you how to raise a cow if you didn't eat them.
I didn't eat them.
your frogs
If you
did.
Your
didn't feed them to your
people
frogs, if you didn't feed them to their frogs, they probably could have taught you.
I didn't
See,
feed them
that's-
to my frogs.
You let
But
them
Your
get
people did not feed them to their frogs.
They were in captivity, watched by frogs. They pissed off the frogs.
See,
Yeah.
that's sort of the
Did
thing.
anyone actually see them get eaten by the frog?
The shamans.
Can I talk to a shaman?
No. Why do you
Okay.
need to talk to a shaman?
I just.
You're talking to the
curious.
queen. And her voice gets
You're
like
right,
loud
you're
and booming, and she slams her massive feet on the ground. And
I
it
just-
shakes.
You're right.
It's-
You're right.
It's better if you don't have to go through the whole translation deal of having a human that raises the cows for you. It's better if you're able to do it yourself.
Well, yeah, but what? You humans, so dumb. You give me
Here it
the
switches.
cow growing human, so they help us grow cows, and then we can send that cow growing human back.
Oh, I thought you were talking about a permanent thing. Okay. This is a form.
No.
Okay. My apologies.
Right, because why would he be valuable if now you have cow growing bullywugs?
Precisely.
Yes.
Or-
Unless he was pretty, then I'd keep him here forever, but...
It's
That's
yours.
the thing. Just
So just make sure we don't send a pretty one then.
exactly. What's her definition of pretty?
I'm gonna point to Cornelius.
Yeah.
Obvious.
Yeah.
It's shiny.
Exactly.
Gray clothes, teal colors. I don't know.
So we bring over a human. We help teach you all how to grow your own cows. Right? Grow your own cows, and the human comes back with us. And this whole business of you know, messing with the
And then
humans.
no one crosses the lines again.
Exactly. No you messing with humans. No humans messing with you.
Yeah.
And maybe at some point we can later deal with the scorpion thing because that seems to be a problem for both you and humans.
Yeah. I just don't think any of you pink skins could handle it. If I wasn't able to.
Yeah, it's possible. Entirely possible, but let's do one problem at a time, right, Calson? One problem at a time.
Exactly.
And she's like, still want him, though.
Right.
The
But
whole
that's not a
thing
part
about-
of the deal.
That's the thing.
I know it's not.
He's not a,
I'm
he's
just
not
saying
a
it.
cow-raising human. I know.
Right.
And I'm
Is-
sure he's
He
very
spoke
flattered.
up
I
and
say as
said
I
he-
elbow Cornelius in the side. He's very flattered.
Just don't try
You
to
hear him say, I am not.
Okay.
And she sits back in her chair. And just like you see the like frog eye just
Uh-oh.
like
That
twitch.
wasn't good.
Why'd you try to get him to say anything? You would
Just
just
don't
being
be
quiet.
Vincent, shut the fuck up.
Yeah, I see you're both very good at your jobs. He says
Listen,
like
let's
the
have this.
clenched teeth.
Right. Diplomacy.
She looks at your group and she goes, "Oh, you two are what the humans call married." Pointing to Calson and Nyx. You argue lots, yes.
Sure.
Nods
Yeah,
her head
all right.
repeatedly.
Sure.
So,
Alright,
do we have an agreement on the deal? We teach you all how to raise cows, and you don't mess with humans anymore. Is that a deal?
unless the line crosses and they have
Unless
their line, you
the
have your
line
line.
crosses and there's territory and all that.
But he stays for one night.
No.
All of us stay for one night then. If he stays, we stay.
Okay.
My God.
And we all leave. He gets his armor as well.
She thinks very hard about that one. Maybe. I like
don't
that
like
armor.
maybe.
Ooh,
That's a shiny.
Mira's kind
what
of
about
leaning.
It
this? What about this?
It's very valuable in your human's trade.
On top of teaching you all how to raise cows, in exchange for keeping him and not letting him stay here, and even for making sure that no cow teaching human has to stay here, I can also teach you how to make this area a bit more defensible, just in case the scorpion man comes back.
Oh yeah, we set up sticks.
I can
Protective
teach you something-
sticks.
I can teach you something that's better than
They're very
sticks.
good.
What's better than protective sticks? There's nothing better than protective sticks.
Nick's you have a crossbow, right?
Yeah.
Can I see your crossbow?
No, but I can show her it.
Fine,
And I
just show
pull
her.
out the light crossbow and I don't aim it at anybody, I just kind of hold it.
You
Right.
present it and you see like frogs with the bows in the upper corners just like pointing them at you.
I'm not pointing it at anyone.
Ah, a
Yeah.
stick firing machine. Yes.
Exactly. What if I could make you something that could fire logs?
Why would you want
Are
to
you
fire
actually-
logs?
Just,
No, you know
it's
what?
the
That is a stupid idea.
just
Firing
bigger
logs
sticks.
and giving them to bullywogs is a bad idea.
She's actually gonna make a history check. Real quick.
That is a bad idea.
A ballista.
Indeed.
It's the human
exactly.
machine that fires big sticks.
Exactly.
That fires protector sticks. Yes.
Drawn, this is not a good idea.
It's fine. I don't
No,
want.
it's
I
not.
don't want a righteous paladin having to stay here for a night.
Okay. Okay.
If he does, we have to kill them all. So
I kind of lean into Nyx and whisper, I feel like she wants to procreate with him.
I'm
Leaving
starting
him
to get
would
that
be
feeling
good.
too. Okay.
Yeah.
Oof.
The whole
Yes,
night thing.
the
Yeah,
whole
I
night
did
thing.
kind of realize that before I said we all stay.
Yeah, I think even if we all stay, like, I feel like she said yes because orgy, so not
God,
okay
I didn't
with
even
it.
think of that. Stop. No, that image's in my head now. Stop it.
Well, I
Stop
can
it.
teach you how to make a ballista on raised platforms, towers.
Why
You
are you giving advanced weaponry to bullywugs?
It's better than the orgy.
you've seemed to really confuse her.
Please stop trying to give advanced war tactics to the
Base-
bullywugs. This is a terrible
yes.
idea.
Put them on top of man-made trees, or bullywug made trees.
Oh. Okay.
Oh my god,
And
I'm sorry, but I
for-
cannot support this.
And for all of that, you don't keep any humans. The line is set, and there is no interaction between the two of you. Between you, bullywugs, and humans. We teach you how to make cows, we teach you how to defend yourselves, but you don't keep any humans, and you don't go trancing around in their territory, as long as they don't go trancing around in yours. Right?
Okay.
Deal?
Yes.
Okay.
Oh, this is gonna end
But-
horribly.
You must stay for a feast.
Oh boy.
It is traditional among bullywugs that when tribes ally themselves together, we have a feast.
Alright.
Better us than the farmers, better us than the farmers.
I think a feast would be a great idea.
Fantastic.
Nix and Mirith are both like,
She kind of licks. She kind of licks her lips. Amazing.
Might I ask what is on this feast?
She shouts some words in bullywug. Do you still understand it at this point?
It's been 10 minutes.
It's been more
I
than
feel
10
like
minutes.
it
I
lasts
think.
an hour.
Oh, yeah, less than an hour.
Oh, if it lasts an hour, yeah. You'd
Yeah,
still
less than
hear
an
it.
hour.
She goes, "Bring out the meat!" And you see them produce a what is it? A massive like armored creature with like a long snout. Make nature checks.
Nature. Oh, good. It's okay. Mirith got us with the 22.
Yeah.
Okay, Mirith. They pull out a bullet.
Oh my god.
A land shark. She
No
goes,
land shark.
Oh my god.
"We feast on this."
I can get around that, honestly. Don't bet you never had that.
Oh,
Neareth actually
yeah.
looks like
Okay.
kind
Okay.
of looks at it and drools a little bit.
Oh my god.
Now, the rest of the bullywugs are also.
I take a look at Cornelius and I'm like, are you willing to do this? Because if you're doing it, I am.
He just
Like,
goes. He's like, "It's for the peace and prosperity of the provinces."
It is just. It doesn't taste that bad. Maybe it just looks bad. Maybe it doesn't taste bad.
No, not the shark thing.
It's fun. It's fun.
It's the man eaters.
It's just.
Not happy about it either.
We're gonna stop the eating of men. We're going to.
We're gonna stop all bloodshed.
You
Right? This
Just,
is what diplomacy is about.
How can you
Right?
trust the walking frog?
just play along.
Just as easily, I trust you not to shank me in the night.
He like he lets out a sigh of like
Same concept.
exasperation.
It is the same concept.
No, it's not.
Yes, it is.
Both of you stop!
Turns like, why are we whispering?
No!
I bet that'll taste really good if it's cooked right.
Honestly,
I
yeah.
actually don't doubt that. I
I-
actually sincerely don't doubt that.
Yes, and we have the best cooks in the world.
Fantastic.
Someone might doubt that.
too.
I can hear you, you know.
Well,
Sorry.
You should be.
I'm sure it'll be great. Looking forward to it.
She's rolling an insight.
Yeah, 40%.
She failed.
Okay.
She rolled a 0.
Gotcha.
Hey. Alright, so.
Also, imagine this picture I put in the chat, but like double the size.
mhm,
Yeah, that's the queen.
Yeah.
Cool.
we're all just gonna sit down, we're gonna have some nice land shark, and then we're gonna.
Some nice land shark.
We're gonna have
Yeah.
some nice land shark. We're gonna go talk to the farmers, convince one of them to go with the bullywugs and teach them how to farm.
And I also need to teach them how to make a fucking ballista and
Yeah, we're
cow.
leaving you here for that. Sorry, Kelson, but we're leaving you here for that one. We'll come back with the farmer.
You know what? It might honestly be worth it. I have an idea.
Oh, great, your
Oh,
ideas
I'm
work so far.
so excited.
Mhm. Don't worry, it's a good idea. It's a good idea.
Oh, I sincerely doubt that.
Listen, I kept us from having to slaughter an entire tribe or die trying.
More likely die trying.
Yeah, you
more
see,
like
as the queen moves, the ground shakes slightly as she moves, and you see outside there are like whole bears, and you see that the way they died, they're flattened like a pancake, and you assume that is why she and her tribe have been given the name Hopper Poppers.
Yeah, so
Wait.
so we're just gonna have some food, convince the farmers to teach them how to grow their own cows.
Which you haven't even. We have no idea how we're even going to be doing that.
We'll make a bridge. We'll make a bridge.
And she goes, and after the feast, you'll all be staying in my longhouse.
We just sent the feast. That's all we said we're staying for. Remember?
Well, if you want to
instead-
leave in the middle of the night, so be it.
That's
Honestly, it's probably safer than staying here.
actually
Make sure we get a head start so we can get farmers back for you right away so you can grow your own cows.
Oh, don't worry. You staying the night will be very worth it.
I can't get that image that Mirith gave me out of my head. I can't.
We're
I
gonna.
can't get it. Mirith, I swear to God, I am actually going to stab you in the night.
Cornelius has no idea what you're talking about, by the way.
Good.
He's just
Good.
mad that they're fucking evil.
Yeah, Marith doesn't like that either. But logic and reason.
Mirith, I will actually stab you in the night because if I see that one more time when I close my eyelids, it's just.
And
an
you
image
wonder
burned
why
in
the
my head.
rings didn't work.
Nix just doesn't like that image. Mirith gave it to her.
Nix and Mirith just like heart down, like anti-support building.
Your support
Go
rank
reverse rank.
goes back down.
Goes
Yeah.
down. You go from C to nothing.
Yeah. I forget
Alright.
everything you told me.
So you guys will be attending the Bullywug Feast.
Oh my God, I'm so.
Oh
this
boy.
Is not gonna
Oh
end well.
boy. Oh jeez. Oh man. This, once again, Route 7 has been discovered from routes A, B, and C.
Yeah.
Huh. Okay.
You said the word diplomacy, and me and John went on that.
Hard.
Oh yeah. If that persuasion check would have failed, it would be a much different story.
Much different story.
Mm-hmm.
But I roll like a god when I need to, I guess.
You always do on persuasion checks. It's weird.
Yeah, the persuasion checks that need to succeed.
Mm-hmm.
True. So you guys all, what are you guys doing actually? Because you're not allowed to leave the Bullywug village.
We're not. Seriously.
I'll eat
I
blood.
seriously did say when we
Yeah,
would
like-
be
Well,
able to leave
it needs to
tonight.
be cut up, prepared, cooked. So it's probably another 3 to 4 hours before the feast begins.
Oh my God.
We're all just going to.
This is not what I This is not what I wanted when I said I wanted a hot meal this morning.
We're all just gonna
This is not at all what I wanted.
We're all just gonna find a nice quiet place we can be by ourselves and just sit together and just share in the joint strength of this community while we prepare to eat land shark prepared to us by man-eating frogs.
No, they
And
don't eat the
then-
men. They're giant frogs that they ride eat the people.
No, they also eat the people. She just did not eat those specific people.
Exactly.
Oh, of course. Okay.
So and then after that, we're going to go convince farmers that have been attacked by these things to come with us to the village of
This
these
is
things.
terrible. And now
This
that you're
is
saying
flawless.
this is
I
Teach
just-
them how
Good lord,
to
this
make
is not
I
gonna end
just
well.
really want to burn them, but I
Wait,
don't think it'll go well.
Especially
No.
all the children as well.
this is what we're gonna do.
I'll Anakin this, yeah.
What are we gonna
Oh, hell yeah. I like it.
This is what we're gonna fucking do, right? We're gonna get the feast going, alright? We're gonna get that going. We're gonna head back to the village. We're going to say, listen, we just made a fucking deal, but we don't want to go through with it. I have plans to make ballistas. And we're
And
gonna
we end up
need
assaulting them and killing all their women and children. In
The
a
younglings
giant
first.
assault. Yeah.
Yes.
the younglings first, Jesus Christ. I don't like this is a situation where neither side wins.
No, it can win.
I mean, we kill the adults.
You
The
have to kill
children.
the
know
young-
the route to making that happen.
Oh yeah, you can kill the adults, and then you can make some new D&D characters with some sick revenge stories.
Mm-hmm.
Better believe it.
Yeah, frog
But-
people. Fuck yeah.
Yeah.
Frog
Basically,
party.
damn, we have to just go through with it.
I
because-
played that one shot.
Yeah.
Frog one shot.
Frog one shot.
Sure.
Frog one shot. You
Bully
said it on
one.
stream, it has to happen now.
I mean, sure, we can do that regardless of if you slaughter all these people or not.
Fair enough. Yeah,
God, I'm just not a fan of wholesale genocide.
I mean, I'm sure
yeah,
other
no,
ones
gotta
exist in
say,
the
not
world.
a fan of that either. Oh my god. They need to just not mess with each other. That's just the thing. And
Yeah.
the line idea is where it's at.
Yeah,
And
I
the
think
natural line is probably going to be the river.
I think our best plan is just to have both sides know how to make ballistas on towers.
Nice.
We taught you, but we also taught them. So,
I
like,
really
it
don't think that's a
wasn't-
good idea.
it
I think we're
wasn't-
going to try and kill each other.
It wasn't not part of the deal. We still got the deal. to
Yeah.
go through.
They won't
It's no
fucking
longer-
know what happens on the human then. They're
yeah,
not gonna
unless they
follow you.
attack, and then if
Unless
they do,
attack, and if they do, it was
Ballista.
their fault. Ballista, yeah. And if you attack ballista,
But so as you guys are like have found yourselves in the back corner and just like stationing
I'm sitting
yourself
here
off.
Honestly, Cornelius, I'm kind of more with you on this whole holy righteous fuck this thing
Same.
more that we're going through on this.
Yeah, sure. Yeah.
I
mhm.
really like.
I'm starting
to
to see
be on with
your
this.
side of things here.
we can't just commit genocide.
You see him drawing
Alright,
like
well.
draconic lettering in the mud.
However, it counts
That's
as a
draconic,
right,
that's
we can't
nice.
commit a genocide.
Yes, just a prayer to my lady in case I am squished to death by a frog woman. And he's just
If you get squished to death, we'll get squished to death, alright?
It's
The
fine.
hazard of adventuring, alright? Isn't this what you fucking live for?
It's fine. We're going to teach.
I'm
them.
not an adventurer, I'm a guard.
It's fine.
You
We're
know
going.
what? This actually makes a lot more sense now.
We're going to teach them how to raise cows and how to probably defend themselves. And we'll also do the same thing with the farmers. That
The
way,
farmers already know how to raise cattle.
probably
think-
defend themselves with
Yeah, I think
ballista.
that's part.
You see, as you guys are like talking amongst yourselves, you're by yourselves for like the first hour or two, but then a bunch of the kids get curious, as kids do, and they like slowly approach you all like from a distance, start
Frog
observing you.
children.
Yeah, frog children, and then every
Frog
once in a while when you look over, they like duck behind something.
They are extremely cute.
It's
They are.
just, it's no different.
It's so stabbable.
The earth. Mirth, like,
Sir
Mirth's
Cornelius,
gaze
what about
soften
your fucking knight?
slightly.
You've got the sir in your name. Don't you have some stupid honor code to uphold about killing innocents?
You watch as he closes his eyes and he grips his holy symbol. And you watch as this wave spreads out from him, a rose gold colored energy. And he goes, "Yes, innocence.
I'm gonna point to the kids to currently
I
hiding
wasn't
from us
going to
because they're
kill
scared.
the children.
Yeah, who's supposed to raise the kid when you kill everybody else?
We will. Proper society."
I agree with that.
Yes, so let's go ahead, kill all the parents, kidnap them, and then raise them in a society with races that they have never seen before. I thought that would be great.
Yes.
I mean, they're
Totally.
less racist.
It's
than
called
these frog
diversifying their views.
people. And these frog people are plenty racists.
Yes,
They call us all
however,
humans.
The first
Right.
thing, the first thing.
What about
they
you
will
assholes?
I know, right?
see- The first thing they will see from quote civilized life is the complete and utter
And utter destruction of
everything
their
they
parents
love.
and everything they love.
Do I
The
look like
first
I'm
thing-
drawing my blade? No.
Were just a minute ago.
Yes, because she... It's... whatever.
Just breathe.
Take a breath, alright? I think we
I
need-
am breathing.
Both
Thank
of
you.
you. Both
Another
of,
deep breath, how about?
both of you breathe.
All right,
Just
all right. All right.
Mirth just starts, like, opens her book and starts reading. Seems to zone everything out. Gets
Yeah.
kind of fed up with everything.
As you do, you watch as, like, the kids have, like, waddled over and they're staring at your book like it's some sort of, like, ancient relic.
Kind of glances
I don't think
over
they
at
can
them.
understand us.
And they go...
Sorry, I don't know what you're saying.
They point to the book.
Mirth kind of closes the book and puts a hand out and kind of makes a little symbol, and like a small like red puff of smoke, like very small, kind of just appears upward out of her hands.
They shout and run away.
Yep.
And then they come back. And they're like... They're like, dude. And like kind of the kids is like, ah! Do it again.
Yeah, she does it again, but makes a different puff of like a different color puff of smoke, like green like their skin this time.
Oh, they're so enthralled by your magical light show.
She does little sparkles and stuff.
The adults seem to sneer and like get aggressive, but then they recognize that you're here under like diplomatic immunity, so they
Yeah.
ignore you and keep walking.
Yeah.
See? Peace.
I feel like this is how we're going to be able to properly, at least affect.
Right.
You see, Cornelius has drawn out like probably like 7 or 8 different verses from the Book of Valstrahl. As you guys are sitting here, just like off of memory, just like twitching.
Oh boy, I think we broke him, guys.
You have not sensed the evil that I sense from here. It shakes me to the very core.
I know. They're real beasts, aren't they?
Oh, you're so fucking full of yourself. You
I
think
know
I'm
I am.
talking about
What
the
does that make you?
children?
No, of course not.
Pathetic. He
They haven't
rolls
done
his eyes
anything.
and stops listening to you and just keeps writing.
I don't like this either.
Tarn's just like, yeah, they're pretty evil.
No, I'm
Yeah.
well aware.
Yeah.
It's just what a lot of people back there label as evil upon immediate glance isn't always what's really the terrible things out there.
Well, I think he actually like sensed the evil. That was some magic or
I-
something.
Yeah,
Also,
no,
they-
it's a god thing.
Also, they
Also,
eat
they
people,
Kind of,
so
I am kind of familiar with that. I'm not saying this is one of those cases that they're wrong. I'm not.
oh
It's
well,
just-
we didn't ask for a lecture, so I mean,
Whatever.
I don't like this either, but I don't know what else to do. Do you think, looking at the paladin, do you think the 4 or 5 of us could take them? All of them?
Including the queen.
Yes. including
I
ones.
think the small ones, not the children, would easily be taken down. They're
I agree with
frog
that.
people. But
I
that
don't.
that behemoth is she. I'm pretty sure she's responsible for the pancaked bear.
Yes,
Yes.
that's
I
what
really
I'm
don't think
afraid
you're
of.
wrong there.
I do
The
not feel
rest,
like being the next pancake.
The rest, I think we could handle just fine. Her, I am worried about. I've nearly
Yes.
died a few times in the past few weeks, and I don't want to get crushed to death by a frog. So, for now, we have to deal with this. She kind of just
But
grits
who's
her
to
teeth.
say there's not something else that's gonna go there and kidnap farmers again? Something like bullywugs, but worse.
There's always threats in the world like that.
Gnolls, goblins,
That's why I'm.
Halamanticore could come through.
That's why I'm wanting to teach them how to better protect themselves. I believe
not
that
to
the
mention
path that we are on
offering-
currently, that the path we are on currently is the best path for long-term peace. And perhaps our presence here and our behavior might influence the children to perhaps not follow the same ways of their parents. Even if we can convince 2 or 3 of them, I believe that would be worth it.
Children seem nice.
As you guys are talking, the kids run away, and you begin hearing like chanting and the beating of like drums, as the bullet, which has been cut up and split into various like portions of like meat, but its head remains, and that sits at the head of the table. This large table. It like spans probably about like 40 feet long of a table. And you watch as the bullywug starts celebrating and chanting and singing and dancing, and the queen walks out, and she's in different garbs, more of a formal traditional garb. So like less in her like leather armor and more in just like plain old clothes. And she walks out and she says, "Come, join us for our feast."
Can I just say, the voice you've been doing for the queen, ever since you started, I've been like that just sounds really familiar. I remember where I heard it from now, or at least when I heard something similar. The frog, like a king or whatever the hell he was from Inuyasha.
Yeah, I have no idea what you're talking about.
You tried.
Inuyasha? I think
Yeah.
I've heard of that before. Isn't that like the fox kid guy?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's
Ah.
anime.
Weep shit. Got it.
I was gonna say John was a weeb on stream.
Of course I was.
I'm a weep too. I just haven't seen that particular weep show
Yeah,
yet.
it was on Cartoon not Cartoon Network.
Cartoon Network.
Adult Swim.
Yeah.
Wasn't it on Toonami?
Yeah, it was like Toonami or Adult Swim or whatever.
Well,
That's
let's
when I
say
saw
that.
it when I was like 10.
Yeah, it was old.
I just
I
I couldn't get like the like gruff like woman voice, so I've been doing my best to get something close to it.
Yeah.
Totally.
Yeah, hey, I'm in love with it.
I'm just, oh my god.
Oh, I'm so happy you're all as uncomfortable as I am.
Uncomfortable.
I've had this adventure written up for a while, so very
We're
excited that
almost
we're
through
finally
it,
getting.
we're almost through it.
Oh, you think so? That's funny.
This is
And as she calls you over, there's a chair specifically next to her, and she points to Cornelius and points to the chair, and he's
my
like,
God.
you see him like just muttering underneath his breath in Draconic, a prayer you hear you would hear in church a lot, Mirith, just under his breath the entire time as he walks and he takes his seat, and there's no posture to him. He's just like tense. That's all he is. He's just tense.
Okay.
I try to like whisper at him like as he's walking away. Jesus.
And she goes, "Today, we celebrate an alliance with humans of all things." And they all like chuckle and laugh. "They will be giving us cows and pointy stick shooters. This will be a great alliance. And for that, we give them our greatest kill. A powerful beast that took the combined efforts of me and most of my soldiers. Now, please, enjoy yourselves. And enjoy the grog, as, like, big old fucking tubs of alcohol are brought out and sloppily, like, dumped into these giant tankards. And hers is like a whole cauldron that she grabs and just slams down. And she begins to eat the head of the bullet. Slowly, but eating it.
Oh my god.
And you all have like massive, like, you know how like normal steak cuts are?
Mm-hmm.
About triple that.
Oh boy.
It's cooked medium rare. Most of yours rare.
Mira's just like drools.
And
Yeah, no, Mirith is all in for this.
you all
Just kinda
have
sitting there,
and you all have
like-
tankards full of bullywug grog.
Oh my god.
I will be periodically sipping that throughout the feast.
Oh,
Never chug.
make a Constitution saving throw.
Oh no.
Just take like little tiny.
Oh
sips,
yeah,
just trying-
yeah.
Just trying my damnedest.
You heard me. This is the closest thing to pure alcohol you have ever tasted in your life.
Yeah,
Oh
like
God,
as soon as
moonshine.
I even taste like it's that much alcohol, I'm just like, I think I'm okay.
Yeah, you're actually like on the brink of buzzed after just like a moderate sip.
Yeah, I don't want to get tipsy around bullywugs.
Is anyone else drinking?
Nope.
Nope. But I will eat the
You
meat.
you just see Kelson take one sip after you saw him like a few days ago swigging whiskey, just be like, ooh, that's strong.
You watch as Cornelius looks and he's just like, I need a drink, and
Oh no no
Oh
no.
no.
This is not gonna. Oh god. Oh my god.
slams it down. Oh wow. He handles it pretty well, but you see him start swaying.
Oh,
We need
Sad
to
to say.
watch him. So that
I would love to, but unfortunately he's kind of pissed with me.
I just mean we should watch him so he doesn't go alone with the Frog Queen.
And
I
the
hate
night
that you're right. I hate that you're right, Marith.
the night
I hate
progresses.
it too.
And there's dancing and singing, and eventually the night dwindles down, and families, well, there were no like children about an hour or two into this feast because it was getting late and they needed to go to sleep, and their parents returned to their homes with them. Yeah, and there's actual like familial units, which is strange. Not like goblins. It's just like, hey, you're born, get in line. Next
Mhm.
Basically.
next up in line in the chain of command, you know. There's no such thing as like how do I explain it? There's no such thing as
Family
like
units.
yeah, family units in like goblin
Individual
society.
nuclear families.
Uh-huh. Yeah. But here it does seem to be at least a semblance of that. They at least raise their children. You don't know if they're like together or anything like that.
Mhm.
It's also not super hard to tell the males from the females now that you've been around them long enough. Granted, the only basis you really had was that the queen is a queen, and you assume that to be a feminine title. And the night progresses. Everyone make perception checks.
Okay.
How was the meat?
It is delicious. It
Wow.
is like, oh yeah, legitimately, there was very natural spices added to it to give a bit of a tang to the usual like tough and bitter flavor that a like rough bullet hide would provide.
Huh. All right then.
They seem to
After
have
Nyx
prepared things
realizes
like that.
That the bullet is actually tastes good. She'll definitely relax.
Okay. You see Cornelius's helmet like is off because he's like sweating profusely.
Oh no.
And he's sitting there just like trying to hold his eyes open.
Oh boy. Oh, fuck, we're gonna have a hell of a time trying to get you back.
You can't hear him. He's at the head of the table with the queen, and you're on the opposite end.
Just kind of saying that out loud, and we're gonna have a hell of a time getting him.
Just keep an eye on him. Make sure he doesn't go off with the queen anywhere.
And eventually, at one point, she picks him up and starts walking towards her longhouse.
Oh no.
No. I'm
no,
gonna-
no, no.
And
what
you
do we
see
do?
Cornelius's eyes, and he like is punching her hand, but he's drunk, and he's like,
No, 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 no.
I'm just. Callus is going to get up.
Fuck, I'm a terrible liar. Mirith, you're a good liar. Okay.
And
She
just
said the
as
thing
they're
about
walking
marriage,
forward.
right? She said the thing about marriage with me and Cal, right? I was just impulse thought saying, you've got the ring on your finger. I don't know if he's got a ring on his finger, but maybe say that you two are married instead. I don't know. Maybe that'll prevent her from not doing whatever it is she's about to do. I'm a terrible liar. She'll see right through me.
Yeah, it's starting to walk over.
all right, your guys' pace is almost like you guys need to dash to keep up with the queen. She's
She,
very
like,
large.
Running ahead.
No, she just has huge frog legs and your small human legs.
Okay.
So your guys' casual walk and her casual walk
So
is
Nix is fucking
two
sprinting
complete.
at this point.
Yeah, Nyx would need to sprint to keep up with you guys, but you're a good distance behind her if you're just kind of casually walking.
Yeah,
Go.
we're running. We're running.
Yeah.
All right, so you run up, and she looks back at you confused and continues walking towards her longhouse.
Excuse me, madam. Please. Could I just have a word with you for a moment?
Yeah, what?
Remember that part of the deal was that he didn't have to stay here for the night.
Oh, he doesn't have to stay for the night as she's continuing to walk forward.
Oh my god.
But you're
It's getting
so.
worse.
So then, can we please take him then? Because we want to leave tonight, so that we can get good ground, so that we can.
Oh,
stop
you
him.
can have him back in an hour or two.
We want to leave now.
She keeps walking.
Mary, please.
She walks forward again. Hurts.
Please. She'll see right through me. Or
Mirith.
she will.
But,
Madam, might I ask what exactly you want him for the hour or two?
Thank you. That's a good thing.
As she continues to walk forward, she stops for a second and she starts chuckling and then keeps walking forward.
Oh my god. This is so bad.
Mirith is.
She's like,
Are-
he's powerful.
Are there other, other bugs around at this point since we moved away?
Not really. There's still her armed guard, and a few giant frogs just kind of like staring at you. Their like eyes just kind of like following you around.
Behind her, I am going to raise the orb and cast
Oh
Charm
no
Person.
no! Are you
Okay.
kidding? Oh, charm person. Okay.
Yes.
Sorry. You just every time you raise the orb, you cast.
Yeah,
So I was
yeah.
Like, no.
And if I recall, you said if they failed, or if whether they fail or succeed, like they don't know that I tried to cast it on them. So
because it's from a magic.
it's an attempt.
All right.
That's
She
true.
has failed her saving throw.
Oh shit!
Oh my god.
She rolled a 3 minus 1.
Fuck. Yes! Ah, it finally worked, guys.
All right. She regards you as a trusted friend.
I kind of like walk up and say, "Please, could I require him? If you could, please leave him."
As
I-
much as I appreciate your friendship and your advice, understand that there are no strong men in my tribe,
Oh no.
and to keep the bloodline strong, I may need to mix.
Oh god.
Oh my god.
I'm sure there's.
You're right.
Just-
I hate.
I'm
Just-
sure there's plenty of others that could
Just-
work, but not
just-
him.
Make a
Just to
persuasion
show
check
it.
with advantage.
An insight check.
Persuasion.
Just as a
Okay. Okay.
just as a show of good faith to the deal,
Ah.
and to the alliance, please.
Oh, well, that would be a really good show of faith to the alliance. The bond between Bullywug and human.
Oh no.
But that would be going against the wishes of the alliance.
No, it wouldn't.
No, it wouldn't.
I mean,
Us.
the alliance is asking, drop him, please.
Yeah.
That wasn't the terms of the alliance.
No, it it wasn't.
You're the ambassadors, not the alliance itself.
We are the Alliance.
Please.
She turns. She goes,
Please.
"I'll get him later." She sets him down.
Oh, no. We need to put him in protective services?
No, we need to leave.
We need to leave now.
We need to leave. Kelson, can you carry him?
Yeah, I
Let's
can.
leave.
I have
I
16.
can help if
And
you need it.
and Calson will just simply say, "Thank you, my queen, for the delicious feast. It was most wonderful. Your courtesy as a host has been most gracious. Good day."
Wonderful time. Well,
Well,
that's
Well,
tasted
since you're leaving early,
fantastic.
if you're not back here by sunrise the next day, I eat that village.
what?
Sunrise.
Like the
I said
next day.
sunrise.
So
Okay.
in basically like a day and a half, 2 days.
Okay.
Okay.
Oh my god, I was like, It
No.
took us 6 hours to get here.
She's not that unreasonable.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah, but she said if you're not back by that time, she's gonna eat the village.
Great.
That's fine. Let's just go.
Let's leave.
All right, you guys leave. You make your way back out.
I
Get
call
your.
the hyenas and I bury my face in Jay and I'm like, I'm sorry I left you, I'm sorry.
It looks really confused. They were inside with you the entire time. They didn't
I know,
leave you.
but she did not. She needed her dog. She needs her hyena right now,
That's
okay?
fair. All right, and you guys make your way back across the rocks to Giga.
Just looks to Dog.
Meredith.
We will never talk about this again.
It nods.
It knows.
Yeah, it knows.
Yeah.
I
Meredith
mean,
just
animals.
sighs.
Animals can feel like
Yeah.
they get vibes and shit. So
Mhm.
Yeah, for sure.
y'all are uncomfortable, so he's also uncomfortable.
Mhm.
Mhm.
Meredith says, like, as we're leaving, just like to herself, it finally worked.
Finally.
She just kind of looks at the orb and smiles.
Wait, what do you mean? What do you...
I casted a spell on the queen.
Yeah, as you guys are leaving, you both kind of weren't thinking about it in the moment, but her eyes were swirling with pink and orange energy.
You did the thing that they tried to do on the orb.
Yes. It hasn't really worked out too well so far, because I'm not quite as strong, I guess. But, did then. She smiles. I think that's the only reason we got him out of there. So
Cornelius is like, well, what's going on?
You're gonna have a wicked hangover, my dude.
We're getting you to safety.
He touches himself and gives himself 5 points of lay on hands and is cured of his alcoholic state. He's like, I do not get hangovers.
this
That's
is that wonderful.
Bastard.
Wow, that's actually really cool.
That is really lucky, you bastard.
Damn, way to go.
Everyone's just like, oh, bravo.
Thank you. And he's smiling.
Oh my god, you're welcome, by the way.
Okay, I
What?
can stop
You
caring.
actually, you should be thanking Mirith. We didn't really do as much as Mirith
Oh,
did, so.
yes, yeah. So she
And
is
I
the
wanted to
only-
say that I'm sorry for how I acted in there. I'm sorry.
Oh, it's fine. I know.
I just uncomfortable.
Are you from Cargill by chance?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
By the way,
What? Wait. What is that supposed to mean?
Oh, you match the description of someone my grandfather spoke about.
Wait, seriously? Who's
Yes.
your grandfather?
You probably wouldn't know him, but he was traveling
try me.
through You wouldn't, know him,
Oh.
legitimately. He was
Say,
traveling...
try me.
He was traveling through Cargill. His name was Gregory Valente. Doesn't ring a bell. He was a young man beginning to earn his namesake, and he was traveling through Cargill and saw a very small gnomish woman of your description leading a charge on a city hall, demanding better working conditions for the miners. It was very noble.
Holy shit. Yeah, that'd be me.
Yes, I now just realized it.
I didn't realize anyone else remembered that. It was a long time ago.
Well, when you make an impression on a Valente, they always remember.
I just hope that my impression now is better. It's probably not. It's actually probably far worse on you than it was him, but, you know. Oh, wow.
Well, he said you called him stuck up
He was kind of...
and a shit.
Yeah, sounds like me.
Yes.
Anyway,
By the
you're
way-
out of there now. We saved you from the jaws of.
That we're not going
Shivers.
to talk about it.
Yeah, let's not.
Talk about what?
Exactly.
Someone
let's just
explain
not
it to him.
talk-
You
No,
nearly
no,
take
no.
Actually,
It's
you have
better.
a really
It's
good
better.
description of it.
It's better that
the jaws of death.
Please, Gareth, you've got a wonderful
he in
story.
Draconic says what are they talking about?
I answer in Draconic.
Please don't know.
You were nearly taken by the Queen. For reasons, we saved
Prisoner. Oh, thank
you.
you.
No, not. Yes, but. Yes, prisoner.
There you go.
Fantastic.
You have the guts? Are you kidding me?
He pulls
Do you
Nyx.
really want me to tell him?
He,
I
he,
really want to see his reaction.
he
No,
pulls
don't.
Nyx in a side hug and Calson in a side hug and goes, "Thank you for saving me.
You're welcome. Again, it
You're
was
good
really
people."
It was really more Mirith, but I couldn't stand to see it happen to you.
Exactly. She
And,
is the one that truly saved you.
And he
Mirith,
does
yeah.
bow to you, Mirith, and as he does, your pin glows again.
Aww.
There you go.
Mirith
Did
smiles.
something good to counteract you skinning Dragonborn.
Yeah.
Yep,
Smiles. Thank you.
of course. Anyways, we're here.
We're here. Nice transition.
Mm.
I'm the king of them.
So, the deal is now that we are leaving so soon. We have until sunrise of the next day.
To
We
give
have a day to
them
convince them and travel.
To-
a cow-growing human. Yes.
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 And to also teach them how to make towers of ballistas.
Well, I don't
Which-
imagine she meant that in a day, but
We had to
yes.
return in a day.
Yes.
We
We
have to
didn't plan.
return.
In a day.
And I'm fucking exhausted.
Aren't we all?
Indeed.
Yeah.
We'll be far more exhausted.
Wow,
She
that
kinda mutters
was
under her breath.
that was a disgusting drink. Ugh. But I
know
really needed
drank
booze.
it, to be perfectly honest.
Listen. It was taking every fiber of self-control to not slit the throat of every single one of those man-eaters. I needed
Fair
that.
enough. You know what? Fair enough. Just give us a little warning next time so that way we can keep a better eye on you.
I will.
Stuff is
Yes.
very harsh.
Appreciate it.
That drink was about 90% alcohol, I think.
That's moonshine. Are you telling me that thing was only as strong as moonshine?
Probably
I
should.
try to think. I try to think back, but actually, you know what? Now that you mention it, probably stronger.
Yeah, because moonshine's like 90.
Because I can swig whiskey like it's nothing. I could only take a sip of that, and I almost got dizzy.
Yeah, no, I saw that. By the way, you still owe me whiskey.
I still owe you
Fine
whiskey.
bottle.
A fine bottle of whiskey I will get you after we deal with the
Sealed.
man. Sealed.
So you all go back to your inn. Get a night's rest.
fine.
But Nyx, before you go to sleep, you dig around in your bag after you go down to bed and you see a vial in your bag with a note.
Okay. I take the whole bottle.
Okay, you do. And you see, as you're kind of laying down in bed, you look at your hand, and your hand is growing fur similar to the hair on your head, and then it like sinks back into your flesh.
She has got the biggest grin on her face. If her eyes could have stars, they would.
Okay. Unfortunately, we're not in an anime, so not exactly possible.
Anime
No,
eyes.
she can't do the
sparkles.
harder star eyes
And-
thing, but she's got the big, white, toothy grin.
Fucking Kelson when he gets
Very
in bed.
giddy.
When he gets in bed, he just calls over a dog. To, like I gotta lay next to him.
Oh, she is absolutely sleeping next to Jay.
Oh,
he
yeah.
He just has an arm around
The
dog.
culprit.
And just is like one more time, and then never again.
Yeah, when you wake up in the morning, Calson, you're laying on your back, and it's like, you know, all the memes about like my sleep paralysis demon.
Mm-hmm.
Except it's not that, but it's a giant hyena who got bigger over the night, laying on top of you and just like staring at you.
Hello there.
It licks your
You're
face.
going big. There.
Mirith, before she falls
Sir,
asleep,
yes.
puts the probably like getting rather old lavender by her bed. Just kind of looks at it for a little while before falling asleep.
Cornelius actually joined you all and just
Oh.
ping face planted on the ground. Didn't even get to a bed. Passes out.
By the way, I will remind
I'm
everybody.
gonna
that
see if I
is-
can send a Thrain's dog to come in.
Oh yes, don't worry, I'm wrapping things up.
By the way, I'll remind everybody it's currently 11:30.
I said I'm wrapping things up.
Oh, okay. I didn't know.
You are easily able to convince the farmers, while they are extremely pissed off that their members of their community were eaten. They will take an alliance over you all dying as well as them all dying.
Yeah.
And you also agree to basically teach them how to ballistas. You go back to the bullywug visit. It's extremely uncomfortable, but you deliver the farmer who agrees to help them grow cows, quote unquote. And you begin the schematics of ballista and other instruments of war that they request. They don't really request much, but it's just you have to explain all the basics of it.
Yeah, I purely try to give them only the information they need for ballistas, and if any more, try to just make it only like purely defensive, no offensive siege weapon.
Yes, and as you're leaving, their smarter bullywugs like showed you a prototype, and it actually worked really well, which is kind of terrifying. Like a small version, so then they just have to upscale it. So that all goes off without a hitch. You return to Kaz, who gives you all 75 gold pieces each, plus 10, making it 85 gold pieces each. And he thanks you all, and you can go back to your home.
All right.
On the roughly 8-day trip back, any RP you want to do, go for it.
Okay. Nyx has been unusually quiet since she's been at night. Just kind of more anxious to kind of get to her watch kind of thing.
Oh, also, Cornelius bids you all adieu, and if you're ever in Dalcorin, to visit the local Temple of Alstral, and you can probably find him there.
I will
And
do just that.
and he also says, once again in Dalcorin, if anyone gives you a hard time, to tell them you are friends of House Valente.
Gotcha. Got a little bit of clout out of that too. Nice.
A little clout, just a little bit. So,
All that.
Alright.
for a
so
trouble.
just so you guys know, the original intention is during the intro of the fight would have been her squashing Cornelius.
Mhm.
Just so you know, if there would have been no diplomacy.
Oh, probably. I have zero doubts.
Okay. Anyways, so yeah.
Glad
anything you wanna
we
say?
were able to save his life.
Mhm.
Yeah, now you got some
But yeah,
clout,
Nyx is
boy.
unusually quiet ever since she started receiving the vials, kind of distracted. Very manically anxious when night starts coming.
Fucking Calcin is just, for the first few days, he's just like, just buried in his book, not even saying anything, not really participating in any conversations. He's just staring at his book, on
And-
occasion,
and-
petting dog.
And Calcin, on the 4th day of the trip, it all makes sense. The variable you were missing wasn't a variable at all. It was an entire line that you didn't think to include of arcane transmutative glyphs instead of conjuration. And with that, your schematics are complete. And as soon as you get back to your workshop,
Mm-hmm.
Oh boy.
Just as like on the trail, you just see Calcin stop, like right as that happens. And if anybody's like takes a moment to like look at him, you just see him start crying, just like
You-
down. You did it.
What just
Okay,
happened?
Allison.
Just looks at you all. I did it. I
Pat
did
on
it.
the
What do you
shoulder.
mean you did it?
I fucking did it. Just
I
like,
know it hurts to have given siege weaponry to frogs, but
no, fuck them.
Yeah, right. Like that whole situation was really uncomfortable. Really don't
Just
have to talk about it.
just
It
turn
was.
around the book. This just points to the variable. This is wrong. I
You've
know
been
what's-
saying that for a long time now.
I know what's supposed to go here now.
Oh, well, congrats.
I can
That's
make the
great.
suit. We need to hurry back now.
I'd like to hurry back as well.
Just
I,
picks
I wanna
up
get
Nix
hunting.
and just
I
picks
wanna
up
get
Nix
hunting
and starts
with
sprinting.
Okay. Hey, also, might as well good time as any to ask. Do you mind if I also take your dogs and train him as hunt?
That's
Yeah,
fine.
okay. Yeah, okay. Okay, good. I'm doing that then.
He just picks up Nix and Mears and just starts sprinting.
Oh no.
And you all arrive at home. And Triggold is very happy to see you. Your half-elven old man butler. And he goes,
Wonderful.
a gift from the master arrived while you were gone.
Give it to them, and they just sort of like drop them off at the front door. Give it to them and just rush down to the workshop.
Wait, I'm
Mira
sorry. I missed
smiles
what he
at-
said.
Him.
A
Like gift.
A gift from the master.
A gift from the master. All right, let's see what it is.
He produces a spare spell book for Mirith.
Wonderful.
A
He takes it.
a very beautiful short sword for Nyx. He produces these very like finely whittled down darts, about 40 of them. I'll tell Justin. You got 40
Cool as fuck darts.
cool AF darts from the boss. And for
And
Calcin,
it's 85 gold as well.
Oh.
Because he was technically there.
and 85 GP. And
Oh wait, plus the ones, or no, he didn't go to the tournament. Never mind, he doesn't
Yeah.
have.
yeah. And John, inside the workshop, the materials have nearly doubled, just raw materials. That was your gift. And for a Thrain, there was some exotic pumpkin seeds, but she did not return. So she cannot receive her gift, unfortunately. You can receive it for her and plant them for her if you so choose.
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Sure. Well,
Then,
Next will help then.
on the night of your return, Nyx,
is it an empty spellbook?
is it what?
Is
It's
it
an empty spell
spellbook?
Let me roll. Actually, Rose, while I use the restroom, roll a d20.
Gotcha. I was hoping for a 20.
That would have been nice.
Would have been awesome.
Would
Oh.
have had fireball in it.
Oh god. One can dream.
Oh. Yes.
All right.
Away currently?
It is an empty spellbook.
Winky.
Sorry, but it is a backup, and there is enough inks and papers for you to basically copy all your current spells into that book. No extra cost on your end.
Okay, great. So,
Yeah. So it's basically
backup
just like
spellbook.
if you happen to lose it in an adventure, there's one at home,
Yeah.
basically. Or you can bring two and have double the studying capacity. So there you go.
Yeah.
Double
Plus-
studying power.
This means if I lose a spellbook, then I have my level 2 spells
Yes.
in it at least, so I'm not just completely firebolting.
Yeah.
That's it.
Throughout the evening, Mirith, you seeing Kelsin's epiphanies brings your own epiphanies. You unlock more of the equations and the sciences behind your magic and unlock new spells.
Awesome.
emboldening your library. And you see Torin training, knocking down dummies and sending them flying back 10s and 15s of feet in the back, just training like a madman. And when night comes, you don't see Kelson for about 5 days.
I was gonna say, there's no way we see him.
Ish.
Yeah, it's yeah, just all you hear is just banging going on.
It would take a lot longer, but Kelson develops about 4 points of exhaustion by the end of the week, staying up just late. And Nyx, during one of the nights, that same bat knocks on the window.
She opens it,
No vial in its mouth.
smiles.
And
Where is it?
as you look down, you see the form of your mentor, Jay, kind of standing there, his arms crossed.
Nyx wants to do something really impulsive.
Okay.
She wants to jump out the window to see
Okay.
catch her.
You jump out the window, and he just holds up one arm and just catches you, and then lowers you slowly. Still as dumb as ever, I
Long
say.
enough.
Yeah, why'd you jump out a window?
'Cause I'm just really excited.
Follow me.
Okay. She's like bouncing on her heels the entire time.
Yeah. For the audience, Nyx, you can describe to them what your mentor Jay looks like.
Jay is he has the same signature red that Jay the person has the same eye color as Jay's collar, and he is a half elven drow. He is always got this stern scowl on his face, which means usually his face has got wrinkles in it, but it doesn't seem to bother him. He let's see, what else was there? I don't know what else I can say.
Well, that's just his description.
Yeah. Just his general description. He's yeah, typically your typical half elf seems to be around the same age as Nyx, I think we decided.
Yes.
Around the same age.
Yes.
Yeah,
Right.
long hair
He
pulled
is.
back.
He is also missing an ear.
That's right, he's missing an ear. That was the other thing I was missing.
What hair color?
It is just a stark white.
Mm-hmm.
But like typical drow, like in all the pictures of like drow, they have like white
Yeah,
hair.
but his skin tone is more passable
Yeah.
as a human. Kind of thing.
Cool.
So he leads you out into the woods, and you walk for about 2 hours.
Mm-hmm.
And you arrive in a section where there is just this like almost like oddly specific spotlight of moonlight. You took the vials, right?
Of course.
Good. So this isn't more complicated than it needs to be. Today is the day you graduate from Cub to a proper hunter. Stand
She's like
in the
physically
moonlight.
shaking. She's so
Stand in the moonlight.
okay.
And he walks over to you and he cuts open his hand. And he drips it onto the ground in a weird, like, glyph pattern.
Okay.
And he goes, and as you watch as his wound just kind of like closes on its own. You do the same.
Okay. She does the same. She cuts her hand open
Mm-hmm.
and tries to follow exactly as she saw.
All right. And as you do, it begins to glow and shift. And he just puts his finger under your chin and tilts it upwards. And as you stare into the moon, the glyph underneath you begins to glow a pale, translucent light. As you feel your form swell, and you want to scream out in pain, but no sound arises as your bones begin to crack and shift and move and mold, and your entire body swells and swelters. And I need to roll a dice to see what form you take.
Oh no, we decided this, man! Please, no, we decided this!
I'm kidding.
We-
That would
was
be
the whole
really
point
mean,
of
wouldn't
this.
it?
That would be so mean!
You're a boar now. Get fucked.
What was the point to all of
No,
this?
I'm kidding. And as you feel your body stop shifting, you look down and you see white fur poofed up all around with the occasional gray mixed in, and large, sharp claws on your hands, and a big tail swishing around in the back.
Which is going like it's a weed whacker tail.
Oh, yeah.
Still excited and happy as hell.
And Jay looks to you and holds up a mirror, and you see in your reflection you as a werewolf. Big,
And a big
poofy,
toothy
white
fur with
white
grays
fur,
in it.
grays in it, and even your ears are like elongated with fur all over them. So like they're like the dog ears, but a little longer.
Tipped.
Yeah, tipped, and there's scars where your scars used to be. And Jay just looks and goes, "Oh, look at that! Nice. Roll a wisdom saving throw."
Okay.
Are you like a normal sized werewolf or like a tiny
No,
werewolf?
I am 4.5 feet tall.
She is now
I am
4.5
tiny.
feet tall.
I am now 4.5 feet tall. I am tiny.
She is still small, but she's a little bit bigger.
I'm a little bit bigger, guys.
All
I'm a
right.
foot taller.
And as your
So
excitement
scary.
kicks up, the adrenaline, it boils up, and you begin to see red. And against your own will, you rush at Jay, and as you do, you see his form swelter, and large tusks protrude out of the snout that develops as he transforms into his familiar to you wereboar form.
Was
And
it boar or wasn't it bear?
It was boar.
It was
not
boar?
bear.
Okay, I thought it was bear.
It was
My
boar.
mistake.
Boar and bear are hard to distinguish in text.
That's right.
And as the claws reach out, you slash and rip and tear for a good 7 to 8 minutes, and he just stands there, no blood being drawn. And then finally, whack!
It hits me.
Yep. And you wake up in your bed with a note on the side that says, "You did good. Tomorrow, the same thing, and then you're on your own. Jay."
She does actually, she does squeal. Enjoy.
Okay. And the next night,
It is an audible noise.
you go out and do the same thing, the exact same thing. But this
The same
time,
ritual and
yeah,
everything.
the same ritual. But this time, you do not go berserk, and you control yourself. You have now unlocked your hybrid transformation.
Hell yes, baby!
And everyone levels yourselves up to level 3. And that is where we will end tonight's episode, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you so much for joining us. This was a long one, but I wanted to get through and get everyone up to level 3. And you guys will also have about a week's worth of downtime, so you can start thinking about some stuff you want to do. Most of Calson's is making his armor, obviously. Mirit's, the majority of it spent creating her new spells.
Yep,
Just
and
get a
filling
copy.
in my spell book.
And new spell book. And thank you all so much for watching. And until next time, let the good times roll. Later.